Hello, empaths. I hope everybody is doing great. My name is Dr. Eileen, and I am with Empath Heart Healing. And these are your encouragement tips for Sunday, November 7th through Saturday, November 13th. So we just finished our Halloween celebrations, rituals, whatever you did. Hope you all got through it. I saw some clients the day after Halloween, a wide range of clients, ranging from like 13 years old up to, older adults. And a lot of people were experiencing anxiety. Whether they did the whole trick-or-treating thing or not, a lot of people went to parties. And, most people were experiencing anxiety and from absorbing the energy of the festivities, that they participated in. Some of my clients did a really good job of taking care of themselves. They knew when to leave the party. Some didn't even go out. And then there were others who just thought they were having a good time until they weren't. And what was interesting was to see the amount of people that experienced the stress, the anxiety, or the energetic / emotional overload a few days later. And that's something for us to just remember, that with being an empath, we don't always feel the energy right away. A lot of the time we do. A lot of the time we show up on the scene, the party or whatever, wherever we are, the job, and we can feel the energy right away. We can feel something's off, or we can feel the tension or the stress. We know when someone's had an argument or they're fighting or there's something off. We can just feel it. But there are times when there's a delayed reaction, and you may feel something's awry. So think about like when there's going to be a storm, you can tell there's going to be a storm because the clouds are starting to gather and the sky becomes gray. Then you might see, lightning strike. You might hear thunder, all before the rain begins to pour. So we can start to sense or feel things sometimes days or weeks in advance, but then whatever happens and you're like, I knew it, I could feel it. But then sometimes a few days later, you might really, really feel it very intensely, the aftermath of the thing. So, it's being an empath is such an incredible learning experience. Every empath is going to have their own little unique tips and tricks to staying grounded and anchoring and moving through the intensities. It's really a journey, and it can be intense at times, and it can get too real at times, to be honest, especially when you're a young empath. And I mean both chronologically young, if you don't have a lot of good mentors or teachers, showing you how to do this empath thing, how to master the gig. It can be really scary and uncomfortable when you're little. But I also just mean like metaphorically young, when you could be an adult and just learning that you're an empath and trying to navigate the empath emotional waters can be challenging. So there's a lot of little things. Those of us empaths that have been on the path for a long time, doing this for a while, there are many things that we've learned. And depending on the empath and their style, you'll hear all kinds of different tips and tricks. I totally encourage you to check out some of the other empath channels. There's a lot of them out there. Some of them are really, really great. My style, I'm a therapist. I'm a psychotherapist. So sometimes I do bring in clinical information on this platform, but I really try to just be a regular person, a regular empath. So, you can hopefully maybe resonate with some of the things that I say. If you've had some of the experiences that I've had, or you're going through certain things, maybe the way I share it or some of the tips I have will be helpful. At least that's my intention and my hope for you. So today I'm talking about happiness and passion. And I first want to talk about happiness as a key. So happiness is actually, we talked about keys last week in the tips, and I was saying that some of you are keys to deactivating darkness, nefarious agendas, negative. Well, happiness is a key. It's an emotion, it's also an energy, and it's a vibration, and it's a consciousness. So it's many, many things. This happiness, if you can access it, acts as an activation code that actually creates power. Yeah. So happiness is a superpower that actually purifies our channel. As empaths, we have a channel that opens us up to the divine, the source, God, creation, and allows us, this is partially why we feel everything and we're so sensitive to so many things. Our channel, when it's a pure channel, not contaminated by stress overload or anxiety or bitterness, because although empaths tend to be beings of light who are very loving and very kind, when their channel is blocked or clogged with disappointments in life, they can become very bitter and very jaded. So a jaded, bitter empath is completely an anomaly because they're moving through the world trying to not be light, but still feeling everything and having an intrinsic need to heal the people, places, situations, environments around them with no energy to do it because they're just so completely exhausted. And that creates a huge dark cloud, so that if you ever see an empath that just seems bitter and jaded and they're like the cloud is over them of darkness, it's because they're exhausted and they haven't learned the proper ways to cut and dissolve cords to unhealthy attachments, release energy that no longer serves, walk away, flat out set boundaries, say no when necessary, and of course, replenish their energy and practice radical self-care. That's unfortunately what an empath that's exhausted looks like. They don't look like light shining, So we want to keep our channel pure, and happiness acts as a superpower. It purifies our channel, and a pure channel allows you, dear empath, to be a master manifester. Mm-hmm. Your pure heart structure anchors all of your intentions. So you've got these beautiful intentions of wanting to help the world be a better place and bring love and light to your environment and your corner of the world, and maybe help children or help animals or whatever it is, however you do your empath thing. Your happiness creates a superpower, but you need both. Okay, you need the pure heart intentions with the happiness to create this incredible electromagnetic frequency. It's powerful. I mean, I wish I could just show you how it just jolts you into super consciousness and a very clear, very pure dial. So the happiness is one part of the recipe. Your pure heart structure, your pure intentions, when those intersect, it's the marriage of your pure intentions with your happiness that is just like electrifying. So a recipe for empaths is love, of course, right? Pure heart structure or pure intentions plus happiness, and that equals your superpower strength. This type of empath, unlike the one I was talking about earlier, and unlike your little baby empaths that haven't learned yet, how to integrate all of this information. This super powerful, super strength, superhuman type empath, the one that has done the work, and you all know what I mean by that. I mean, man, the shadow work, the spiritual awakenings, the dark night of the soul, those of you who've gone through it, come through it, you're still here, still breathing, still managing, still showing up as light. Wow. I mean, amazing. This is our journey, right? This is it. And if you're an empath, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this type of empath that's done the work, that is still showing up despite pain and suffering and disappointment in the human collective, you're still showing up with love, with pure heart intention, pure heart structure, and you have your joy. You bring that happiness into your day-to-day experience, moment by moment. This type of empath is an incredible, powerful being. You are a light shining in the world that is beyond, okay, bright. You are luminous and so lovely in every way. So we know being an empath is a journey, and along the journey, there's a need for healing. Every empath, I've never met one that didn't need healing. We all have needed healing. We've all experienced some level of trauma, pain, disappointment, some kind of setback. It's part of the experience, feeling the intensity of the world, feeling misunderstood, not being understood, not having people match our energy, feeling judged, feeling overwhelmed. It's part of the journey. So hang in there if you're a baby empath and this is where you're at and you're just like, I don't want to be this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't sign up for this. Why is this happening? It's part of the journey. And I promise you, there's light at the end of the tunnel, but you do have to heal. You're going to have to heal from all of the pain and suffering and disappointments and all the people that betrayed you and the violations and the trauma, one day at a time, one step at a time. Breathe it out, purify your channel, detox from all of that overload, all of that overwhelm, all of that negative. If you can, forgive. I never tell people what to do in terms of you have to forgive, because there are times when there are certain violations and traumas that, quite frankly, are, I guess, unforgivable. But what we can, a good starting place is to forgive ourselves. And you might say, well, why would I need to forgive myself if somebody else violated me? Because, so this is the clinical part, because when we've been violated and your heart is pure, especially when you're a young person, little person, you don't understand why this is happening to you. The brain naturally imagines you must have done something wrong. It's a punitive part of the subconscious that assumes this negative thing must be happening or must have occurred because I did something bad. And then that's where we open up those mental constructs of I'm bad, I'm negative. That's how self-loathing and worthlessness and sometimes suicidal thoughts, that's how they have access. They're energies, but they're also mental constructs that have access based on our limited view of ourselves with limited coping skills. We have this limited capacity when you're a little person being bullied or violated in any way to recognize that this is just one small chapter in your life book and you're going to get through it and you're going to be okay. In that moment, this feels like this is everything and you must have done something really horribly wrong to deserve this kind of treatment. So as we grow and start healing, some of the healing process includes forgiveness of the self, because we, for a moment, lost hope, second-guessed ourselves, felt we must have done something wrong, and this is why this was happening to us. And then sometimes we have to forgive ourselves for allowing people to take advantage. We empaths, we're givers by heart, we're givers by nature, and sometimes we overgive. Sometimes we have done way too much. And when we overgive and overdo, it prevents other people from learning their lessons, or sometimes it delays their karma. And sometimes karma is exactly what's needed to restore balance to a situation and help an individual grow up and mature. So we empaths are not doing anybody any favors by coddling them and being codependent and just letting people get away with murder and always fixing things for people. And because then how do they grow, right? So being an empath is this very interesting path of growing into maturity where, yes, I'm generous by nature. I'm very loving. I want the world to be filled with light. I want everybody to heal and be happy. Of course, that's an empath. However, I can't go in and save everybody. I can't save every situation. In fact, it's not even my job to save. You know what I mean? I'm collaborating, we're co-creating with the divine, with the universe, and things happen as they happen based on free will. Everybody has choice, right? We can't just save people. We're not even here to do that. We're here to grow and be the best versions of ourselves. That's it. If we did nothing else, we shine bright, and that's going to help a lot of people, okay? So the more of us that are shining brightly in our healing and in our wholeness and in our authenticity, the more effective we are And that's all part of the journey. So during the journey, there's this need for healing, and eventually there's a pure heart structure. Once you've gone through your healing, once you've gone through that dark night of the soul, you've had your spiritual awakening, you're cleansed, you're healed, you've done your detoxing, cut off all the relationships and unhealthy habits and practices, closed down cycles, shut down portals that didn't need to be opened, opened others, created a vortex of love and protection around your light. At this point, a pure heart structure begins to emerge. Beautiful pure heart structure emerges, and the healed, whole empath with active happiness. That healed, whole empath, pure heart structure, love and light emanating with active happiness. That empath becomes unstoppable, and they become a powerful healer. So if you're wanting to know what the recipe is, I'm giving it to you. Happiness is a light code activation. When it intersects with your pure heart structure, because you've done the work, you're a whole, healthy, authentic human. You become a powerful master manifester. You become unstoppable. Abundance, prosperity, blessings, positive relationships, health whenever you need it, health and wellness flow into your life, because your channel's not blocked. And when your channel's not blocked, the universe can just pour into you matched frequencies. And because the channel's pure and your heart is pure and you're in your flow of happiness, you begin to create this vortex around you, and you begin to bring in things that weren't even previously on the radar screen. So many blessings, so much love, so much light, so much abundance and opportunities. And I'm not just talking about like financial. Of course, it's financial too, but it's just everything. People who genuinely care about you, people who genuinely love you, loyalty, a sense of peace, a sense of calm, creativity. This is wonderful to have just a pure channel where the universe is continuing to flow into you divine messages and divine blessings and creativity and even peaceful sleep. And you'll find that your relationship with your pets, is very beautiful. Like there's no end actually to the blessings when you are a master manifester. So it's like the happiness is the secret ingredient to becoming truly and completely abundant. And this complete abundance creates prosperity in every way. So find your joy, do your soul work, get into your pure heart structure, be authentic, add happiness, bring in happiness. And so you might say, well, I haven't been happy for so long. How do I activate happiness? Do what lights you up, which moves me into our next quick little topic, passion. Bring passion into your life, dear empaths. Reignite passion. Find passion in everything. Find passion in the meals that you prepare. Find passion in the way you decorate your home. Find passion in the way that you dress and the way you carry yourself and the way that you reflect your energy signature to others. Okay, you don't have to be dressed to the nines. You can be in shorts and wear a pair of Vans and t-shirt. You know what I mean? I do that sometimes around the house or wherever, in the community. Just be your authentic self, whatever that is. Makeup, no makeup, hair done, hair not done, but be your authentic self. Let your channel be pure. Practice radical self-care and be passionate about who you are and how you move through the world and what you're here to do. Because while we're not here to save anybody, you do have an incredibly powerful, awesome, big job to do. And that is shine. Shine bright. Let your shine be seen, on other continents. That's how brightly we want you to shine. This is your mission, should you accept it. Shine and shine bright, 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 bright. And I don't know that you can shine super, super stellar bright if you don't have passion. So allow yourselves to find the things that light you up moment to moment and bring it in. And when you're having those low moments, remember, because we're empaths and we're absorbing the energies of other people, sometimes those low moments aren't even you. Sometimes they're the people around you, the environment around you. Sometimes they're not even your authentic energy signature. Sometimes they're not even your emotions. So give yourself permission in the moment to say, brain reset, heart heal now. I'm activating the new. I'm activating the new, and allow it. And also make movement. You see how I'm making movement? Do deep breaths, inhaling. And on your exhale, shift. Inhale, vortex of love and light, bringing in what you want. And on the exhale, letting go, shifting, releasing out of your energy field what no longer serves. Okay, so of course you don't need to do that. If you think it's weird, don't do it. I'm just giving you my tips. I'm sharing my tips. I'm sharing what I've learned around the world around the way throughout the years that works for me. And hopefully it'll help some of you. I hope it does. But, find your things. Do what works for you. So ignite your lives with passion. Do what lights you up. Enjoy your moment to moment experiences. And when you have a dip in energy, when you feel your vibration go, ooh, bring it back up by saying, brain reset. Heart heal now. You can also say nervous system calm. Consciousness realign with my authenticity. Spirit, remember your sacredness and your sovereignty. So many beautiful things, so many beautiful affirmations and declarations you can say to feel centered and to feel grounded. But do what lights you up. Be passionate. Activate your energy with passion. They really, allow the five senses and all the senses to pick up your passion. What smells good? What sounds good? What tastes good? What feels good? What looks good? Bring it into your field. Meditate on these things. Focus on these things. Embody these things. Add that passion to happiness, and woohoo! You're going to be a supercharged, empathic human. Amazing light being. So I honor you, all of you beautiful way showers, light workers, star seeds, lovely empaths. These are your messages for this week. Oh, and we just celebrated a new moon yesterday. So for those of you that love to celebrate in the new moon, hopefully you are creating beautiful intentions, planting seeds that you want to reap, things you want to create for yourself. Now's the time. Even though the new moon was yesterday, we generally see that these beautiful moon energies, new moon, full moon energies, 3 days before, 3 days afterwards, you still have time. So if you didn't, plant any seeds or set any intentions or do any prayers or do any meditation or mantras or chants or anything like that, you do still have time to capture the new moon. And of course, there's always next month. All right, dear empaths, stay encouraged, be light. You are beautiful, and we witness you. We're celebrating you. These are your tips for this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.